will see another speaker, Bilkent High School's IB coordinator, our MUN advisor, and executive team coordinator, Mr. Andrew Miller, you have the stage.
Sorry, I'm rather tall. Esteemed Secretary General, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank ESGI and the BHMIN team for according me the privilege of addressing everyone here today at the very first Bilkent Historical United Nations and Contemporary Modern NATO Conference 2014. Innovate the Future is the theme of this conference, which I believe have been fitting words for all 8 committees of this conference, both historical and contemporary. We've had some insights and thoughts from a historical context given by our Bilkent School's General Coordinator, Dr. John O'Dwyer, during his speech in the opening ceremony, and also contemporary aspects from both Mr. Runak and Mr. Yildiz. I'd like to thank all of you for offering us your time and remarks. The past has certainly influenced today's world issues, and will continue to do so in the near and distant future. We must always remain aware of the past as we move forward into the future. I believe the theme, Innovate the Future, promotes the possibility of positive change. The many problems and issues that exist around the world perhaps don't offer much hope for positive change. There are civil wars in Africa, terrorism in the Middle East, governmental protests in Hong Kong, and over the last few days we've seen racial protests in America. It's clear that problems of the past are still evident today, albeit in different contexts, yet perhaps involving similar countries. From a personal point of view, what gives me hope for innovative change is from observing you, the delegates, and witnessing the constructive debates that have taken place throughout this past weekend. I truly see many future innovators sitting in this audience who will inevitably become future diplomats, or perhaps senior officials of NATO or the United Nations. Prior to this conference, roughly about a year ago, upon entering my 11IB classroom, I encountered ESGI, our Secretary General, and DEFNIT, our CPI Director, who told me they had the fantastic idea of making Turkey's first historical conference, as well as having a contemporary NATO. Of course, I naturally supported this idea and continued to help by attending their first meetings. It became clear to me, however, from the very early stages that my support could slowly be withdrawn. Having known these students since grade 9, I've seen them grow into highly intelligent and principled individuals who are able to meet the challenges on their own. I'm truly happy to have been a part of their educational lives. I'm proud to see these students flourish while preparing such a professional conference, befitting any diplomat or possible official from NATO or the United Nations. I've no doubt that whatever lies ahead for them, they will inevitably establish themselves as key members of society in the future, and will indeed become great innovators for the future. Thank you. Before I leave the stage, I would just like to take this opportunity to give some extra special thanks to the parents of both ESGI and DEFNIT. Their support and contribution went above and beyond a regular parent. I would like to ask Mr. and Mrs. Ercan and Mrs. Alp, if she's here, to kindly come up to the stage and receive a kind token or gesture from both DEFNIT and ESGI. Please come to the stage. Mrs. Ercan. Mrs. Alp. We sometimes forget that parents are incredibly important in having such conferences like this, and it's without their support that really some of this might not have taken place. So I'd like to thank them again. Thank you very much.